Oh dear. My apologies, everybody. I hope you are all able to jump across. And let me just get this out to everybody in the group chat. Um, so yeah, I do apologise about that internet buggy. Again, I've been having so many problems with my internet recently. Dropping my connections and things like that. So I really do hope everybody is able to get across. I will share the link to here. I do apologise, guys. A little bit of housekeeping on the spot housekeeping. Um, so we'll go to that one. Close that. Click share to THT today. Old Boys Gaming. And there we go. We'll send that off. Hopefully, people will be able to jump in and be able to rejoin the stream. Again, many apologies, guys, um, with regards to that. So, yeah, just sometimes it's one of those things. I'm back, Spurs side chat. I'm back. Yeah. Don't know what happened. The internet just decided to drop its connection, and the strange thing is my tablet, which is sat next to me, which is how I see the chat and everything, so I can interact with you guys, is stayed connected. I didn't actually even realise what had happened until my tablet just came up with the stream had ended. So again, my apologies. I do apologise, but we'll have a little sip of tea because we've got the tea on the go, and we will get into this. So again, if I think what I might do is I might edit the last video down and sort of get rid of it. I might just leave it up there and hopefully people will realise that we had some technical issues. So, but we'll just quickly do again another quick recap for anybody who's just joined in. Currently top of the table in the Northern Premier League division. I should be on for. Oh, I'm hoping to get at least 3 hours in today. Spurs side chat. Really get the season moving along a bit. I've done a few short streams. And as you can see, we're only 6 games in. The first couple of streams were very much transfer window heavy. Um, we're sort of coming to the end of the transfer window now, but I think the team is pretty much assembled. So yeah, feel free if you want to drop in, drop out. That's fine. I completely understand. 2 or 3 hours of listening to me ramble on it probably I'd probably do my own editing listening to me for free itself for 3 hours. But yeah, so we move and we'll move on. Our next game is against Morpeth Town. It is away. Um, so yeah, that's going to be our next game. As hopefully we'll be able to sort of get some games watched and see how we sort of progress. And I really want to try and see how we do in the FA Cup. I'd love to get a good FA Cup run going. I know we're in the sort of non-league cups as well, but I'd love to get a good FA Cup run going. Sort of maybe get to the at least the sort of second or third round proper. I mean, that'd be amazing. Get to the third round proper. But yeah, as we've picked up an injury, our striker has picked up a bruised knee, so we'll just leave him to the physio. they've already been done. Ah, dear. Yeah. Okay, here we go then. Couple of days. So hopefully Martej will be back in time for this game. It is only a couple of days away, but this is for other trophy. This is the other cup that we're in, the Isuzu FA Trophy. It is something that we could go on and win. I mean, there is all the teams above us in the National League as well. But hopefully we'll be able to we can get quite far um in that division, in that league. Yeah, that's fine, mate. Yeah, if like I say, if you have any questions while when you've done it, I'll be glad to answer it on stream as well. If anybody else is wanting to do it as well, then they'll be able to sort of watch this and see where we how to do it as well. So hopefully they will get the advantage of it as well. So um, is that cup game their cup game's going? Oh, we've dropped down the table, so they must have played earlier on than us. So we have moved. We picked up an injury to Harvey Scott. I think he's our left wing back, or he's our sort of under 18s left wing back. I don't believe he's our first choice left wing back option. So we'll leave him to the physio as well. Um, I need to get him out of the under 21, so he's not available. So he's not getting too tired. He's our central attacking midfielder. Don't want him available for the under 21s really. I'll change that. I'm not at the very, very, very bottom, but it is the seventh tier of the English footballing pyramid. That's where we go. Um, so basically, it's the Northern Northern Premier League Premier Division. Then it is the Enterprise National League North and South. Then there is the Enterprise National League, and then League Two, and then League One, Championship, Premiership. So there are seven different tiers. We're in the seventh tier of the English pyramid. I know on the database you can go down to the 11th tier, which is, like I say, if you really fancy giving yourself um, a good um, a good run at it, it's the 11th tier is insanely difficult. I have had a save going. I think I got to. I think I got to this sort of stage, and it took about 8 years to get to this sort of stage. Because you just can't get players. The players that you want to come are not very good. I mean, some of the players that we have in this team make the players that I had in that sort of save look like world superstars. These players would be like world superstars. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Okioa is because he's playing for the under 21s is absolutely knackered. So what we'll have to do then is we will and Murtaj hasn't come back from his injury. So what we'll do is we'll bring Gil in for Okiwoya, and our striker Gunian is going to go in instead of Muritaj. Now, we only get 5 subs in this, so it does make it tricky to make sure that we've got everyone. I'm going to take these players out because In fact, while we're here, see if I can take him away from being squad. How do I stop him being available for the under 21s? So if I move him to the under 21 squad and then move him to the senior squad, moving back into the senior squad, that should cancel that out. Um, and again, Ryan Wilson, who has, I think he's going to start becoming a bit more of a mainstay in our thing. He's also been made available for the under 21s as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same with him, move to the under 21 squad, and then move him to the senior squad. So he's not getting tired as well by that. So we'll take him off the subs bench for now, and bring in Charlie Nicholson for Ryan Wilson. Is it Charlie Nicholson? Is it Callum Nicholson? Sorry, we'll bring Callum Nicholson onto the bench instead of him, and Tironi is back, so we'll bring Tironi in as right wing back. Brookmeyer's on the right. Timothy and Liggett now. Um, what I will do is let's have a look inside forward. Yeah, accession. Yeah, tracking wing. I'm quite happy with some of these players starting to get an understanding with each other already. That's quite good to see. I would like to see that more in the middle of the park as well. Um, but yeah, it's good to see that some of the players are starting to develop a good bond with each other, and that's only going to be better for the team. So let's get to this match as we go. Uh, Saquinian is lacking match sharpness. Yeah, well, he's going to get some match sharpness now. Um, as well as that. Um, thank you everybody for joining me again. Really do appreciate the people watching. If you do, it would be great. If you hit subscribe to the channel or like it, and you never miss a Yorkshire Warriors save. Do tend to try and get at least 2 streams done a week. Um, Mainly Sunday's going to be sort of like my main day, as it tends to be the day when I'm not at work, and unless Spurs are on, then it might go. I might nudge the time back or bring it forward, depending on when um when Spurs are about. So let's go to address the team. But I do always like to try and get the posts up that we are when I'm going to be going live with it. Been on a good run lately. Let's go out and go out there and impress me. So away to Morpeth Town. I wonder what kit we'll be in. I wonder if we'll be in our away kit or our third kit. Looks like we're going to be in our black away kit. To be honest, hopefully we can come away with a win. 3,000 hours is quite insane as well, Spurs side chat. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. I mean, I think the sort of the longest sort of save I've ever had was 60 something days, I think it was. So yeah. It looks like we're actually in our home kit, which is going to be a little bit of a kit clash. It says our red kit there, but it doesn't look like we're in our red kit when we come up with a highlight. Hopefully we'll see a highlight. Well, we are in our red kit, yeah. We're in our red third kit. As Hall to Bailey to Hall. Oh, save, early chance. Good save by the goalkeeper. It's out for a throw in, and that's the end of the highlight. Um, Bailey again with a throw into Hall to kill. Bailey whips it in. Oh, Brookmyers was bare on Guinean. Tironi. Liggett off the bar. What an effort by Liggett off the bar. Oh dear. Ugh. Cup of tea had gone a bit cold, guys. Um, but yeah, if you can hit the like button, guys, it does help. It helps get the channel out into the algorithm of YouTube. I know there's so many people that do FM saves, and we are such a tiny channel. We are trying to grow it. So really, really would appreciate anybody who can just hit the like. It's completely free to hit a like button, and it takes 30 seconds. Less than 30 seconds. So thanks very much if you already have done. Um, Big up, Carlos. How you doing, mate? Also, guys, just as while we're watching this highlight unfold, Bailey whips it in. Oh, give me a fit. Oh, we are throwing everything at the kitchen sink at Morpeth Town. Don't forget, guys, that when we start getting into new gen territory and we start signing new gens, or even maybe a player coming through our youth academy. Um, no, I don't have the stadium mod. This is just they're all just generic stadiums. I don't want to overload my poor tiny little laptop with too many mods, Birdside chat. I don't think it would handle it. I mean, it doesn't show like there's many fans at the stadium, and mainly that's just because I've sort of scaled down the graphic aspect of it, so it runs a bit smoother, and certainly while I'm streaming, it it can sort of make the game run a bit stuttery, and I didn't want that for you guys, certainly while I was streaming. But what I was going to say was, if you, when we get to New Gen territory, if you are a THFC Till We Die member, or a member of Old Boys Gaming, you are entitled to a New Gen rename where you can rename a player. You can name him yourself. You can give him a funny name. I don't want too many ridiculous. I don't want too much of a ridiculous name in the save, but we will rename them, and you can then have a player of your choice in the game playing for Yorkshire Warriors as well, as a little added benefit. If you are a THFC Till We Die or an Old Boy Gaming member, we you can do that. So let's see. Yeah, you should get an only save. What do you mean you should get an only save going? Um, Spurs side chat. I don't know what you mean by that one. Um, Give me a little bit of clarity on that one for me. Tironi to Myers. Give me a fair. Back up to Tironi. Serena Hall. And Brookmyers there on the back post. Flag stays down. Yes, the flag stays down, and it's 1-0. Sincere Hall combining with Brookmyers. Myers out to Tironi to Gimmerford, back to Tironi, whips it in. Serene Hall heads it back across, and Brooke Myers rises above, and it is 1-0 to Yorkshire Warriors. think we'll make some. I mean, we're absolutely dominating the statistics. So hopefully we don't let them back in because it is only 1-0. As they're trying to build it from the back as we go along. So Hodgson, Gordon's broken through the lines, but he's put it wide. Um, an online save going. Yeah, I'd love to get an online save going. Sort of go up against some of the other members of the community or somebody who I'm just going to pause it there. Let's make some changes. Somebody else, absolutely. That'd be quite cool. I've only ever done it with a friend once. But trying to get the logistics of trying to work out where there's everyone's online and available. It can become difficult, the logistics of it all. But I really would love to get an online save going. Right, let's have a look. So Bailey is looking a little bit tired, so I'm going to bring on Eden Page for Josh Bailey. He's looking a little bit tired. Brooke Myers is also tired, so I'm going to bring on Gouvier for Brooke Myers and anybody else that we could sort of take off. Serena Hall, but Okuo I should have changed Okuo. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put Gouvier out on the left and I'll bring on Chinchilwana and play him higher up. Let me just change those around because it does it like that sometimes when you're doing that. So we'll just make those changes and get underway, get back underway. 25 shots, 10 with an XG of 2.42, but we're only 1-0 up. Uh, I mean, if it's something you're interested in doing, Spurs side chat, send me a message and we'll see what we can do as well. If you wanna try and go head to head, um, or something, and then we can maybe do a recording of it and put it out on the gaming channel. That'd be something I'd be interested in doing if that's something you fancy as well. Um, Tony Oakes is penalised for fouling Ballardo, but that is full time, guys. 1-0. I think we were a bit unlucky only to score one, really. I mean, 25 shots, 10 on target, with an XG of 2.42. I really do think we should have scored more there, but not bad overall ratings for. Yeah, all right then. Yeah, no problem. I'll work out some stuff and we'll see what we can do. I mean, we could potentially make it a three-way because I think Dermo would be interested in that as well. So um, it's a good win for us. I think Dermo we might be able to get sort of three of us in a match together, and it'd be interesting to maybe not start with a like as low down as this. Maybe sort of start uh, League Two or pick a team from League Two. Put all the teams on a wheel, spin the wheel sort of thing, and we all get chosen a team and see who can race to a Premier League title or something like that. That'd be quite cool. Um, or we don't even have to do it in England. We could maybe do it in somewhere else. That'd be quite cool. I'm quite down for that. I'll have a word with Dermot and yeah, I'm FM mad me. If I'm not playing FM, I play it every day. I'll be honest with you. I'm at least for an hour or two just to move some of my saves on. I mean, I've got a Spurs save going at the moment. I think I'm in 20. I've just started the 2030-31 season. Um, I mean, the team is completely unrecognisable. I think there might be, I think there's two or three players that who are left from what would actually be part of the Spurs squad. One is Kulusevski, one is Pedro Porro, there's Mickey Van de Ven, and Um, oh, for Xavi Simmons, although I am phasing Xavi Simmons out because I'm just about to sign Nico Paz. He's been out on, I sort of signed him but allowed him to stay out on loan. The team who I signed him from, I can't even remember who it was who I signed him from, wanted to ask if they could keep him on loan for the rest of the season. So, yeah, so I think he'll be, Xavi Simmons will be sort of phased out sort of next season and be looked to be sold on. Um, there are some players in the squad that are still there, but the actual starting 11 team is completely unrecognisable. I did bring back Harry Kane as well when his Bayern Munich contract was expiring. So that's always good. So yeah, 1-0 back to the top of the table. And we've actually built up a little bit of a 2 point gap now, so that's good as we play FC United next in a few days, and then we do have, I believe, it's our first FA Cup game against Gainsborough Trinity. They are in our league. They haven't played their game this weekend yet, so we'll have to see how we do against them. You tried to buy Kane, you had 200. You even had, well, had no chance even off of 200 million. Yeah, it can be hard, and I think you have to just catch it at the right time. I think I re-signed him. Like I say, his contract was expiring that year, and it was for January, and I managed to sign him in the January. But because his contract was expiring, I sort of offered them. I think it was like 65 million, something in the regions of that, and they accepted it, and it was I was quite shocked that that they accepted it. So yeah, it's tricky. It's like trying to prize Erling Haaland away from Manchester City. Yeah, he very rarely moves from Manchester City. I mean, I offered Manchester City 100 million up front. Um, to sign Erling Haaland, and when I offered them two sets of instalments at £100 million each. When he scored one goal for us, 100 million. I think the deal was something ridiculous like £650 million, and they rejected it. And I don't care what player you are. You're not. No club is rejecting £650 million for that. So yeah, and I was just prattling around. I was like, yeah, let's just see what happens, and we'll offer this um, and see if they accept it. And they weren't having any of it. £650 million. They weren't having any of it. So yeah. Here we are, FC United, and let's see what we've got. So everybody's sort of fit and getting. Um, Miritaj is back, so let's bring Miritaj back in for Gwinian. Gwinian can go on the bench instead of um, mm, Okiwoya. Wilson and Okuwo, he's still not back up to full fitness yet. I do like Callum Gribbin. Do you think Callum Gribbin is better than Brandon Liggett? Now, Brandon Liggett's only 19, and Gribbin is. So let's see. Come on. Let me just go back here. Go to the first team. Callum Gribbin. See, Gribbin has it in certain areas, but it's more of attacking midfielder rather than central midfielder. Um, I did sign so many youngsters just trying to fill out the squad as well. Dobson, see, Dobson's quite good as well. He is made available for our under 21s. I'll leave it as it is. I'll leave it as it is for now. Um, 10 substitution outside the match day squad because of friendlies, that, and I just sort of, everybody had sort of a, uh, a squad number. As we see if we get this match against FC Manchester, FC United, sorry. So the the back of Manchester United sort of team. So I don't know if you're still in chat Spurs side chat. Do you find yourself watching FM streams while playing FM? I do that all the time. Some of my favourite streamers, Omega Luke, Clates, Workspace. I've been watching them, watching some of their streams while playing FM. It's that's how crazy and mad on FM I am. I do love that black kit, by the way. The black kit with the gold and golden red stripes as it sort of matches the team colours. As we here we are at Valhalla, it's a home game. Um, do love our stadium. Hopefully, we'll improve the stadium and things like that as we go along. Um, so yeah, I that is exactly what I do like. Yeah. Um, so we are in our black kit. That is our home kit, the black kit. As Bailey picks up the loose ball and Zay bigger to Bailey. Bailey down this side to Gill. Gill to Gimothy. Gimothy to Meritage. Meritage out to Brookmyers. Brookmyers back into Meritage. Taroni. Lovely ball across. Oh, Liggett heads it wide. Nice early chance again. Um, I mean, I can imagine us. I mean, with the signings that I've we have made, I do think um, we are pretty strong for this league. Certainly some of the players, certainly Muritas. Um, being able to sign him from 16,000 from Tottenham, because he was sort of languishing in their youth academy. Um, is way too good for this sort of level. But I'm hoping to take him sort of with us on the journey. Is Sincere Hall bursting through. Oh, how did that not get in? How did nobody get a touch on that one? Um, As Brook Myers stands over this. And again, Brook Myers, I think he's too good for this sort of division, but we managed to get him on a decent deal. Um, so yeah, I think we've got a few players that are too good for this sort of level, but it kind of how the AI does their transfers. They tend not to be as in depth as what a human would be. As Brook Myers, oh, cleared away. As FC United tried to counter, but Taroni tackles and intercepts it, whips it into too high for Mutaj. It's a long old highlight this one. Can see it's getting FM. So I call it getting FM. I know a few other people call it getting FM. Been absolutely dominating early stages, and they're going to probably hit us here and probably go 1-0 up. Hayes Green to Weston to Bell. Back to Hayes Green, back to Weston. Here's Philpott to Bell. Off we make an interception, but again it's back in. Very back and forth this highlight as well. Gimmerfin to Miritage. Miritage to Liggett. Liggett to Bailey. Bailey to Serene Hall. Serene Hall. Sincere Hall. Tried to shoot. Deflected off. Oh, wait. To Brook Myers. Brook Myers. Back to Gimmerfin. And Edward Gimmerfin buries it. Thank you very much. 1-0. Long highlight that. Long highlight. Did kind of sort of smell like this. It was going to lead to a goal. I just didn't know who it was going to lead to a goal to. But it's 1-0 to the Warriors. Sincere Hall and Josh Bailey. They're getting a good understanding with each other, Sincere Hall and Josh Bailey. Probably, I would probably like to say Josh Bailey, Sincere Hall, Miritage, then Batman again, Brook Myers. Are probably, if not the best players in our squad, in our starting 11. I mean, that is an absolutely delightful ball by Miritaj. Brook Myers to run onto, breaks the line, surges on, buries it, right footed into the bottom corner. As we make it 2-0. Again, been very dominant in possession and shots. Not really giving FC United of Manchester much of a chance. At our goal, as we're coming up to, as that is half time. 2-0 up at half time. I mean, absolutely, the match momentum says we're dominating. The XG graph shows that we are dominating. Player ratings for most of the team just short of 7. In some obviously over 7, and Bookmyers with over 8. So I think that's been a great first half so far. Yeah, I think we're doing well. We're doing well. And start the second half of Raymaker substituting Fitzmartin on for Bell. Lovely ball over. Oh, what? Sincere Hall could have got latched onto that. Could have quite easily been 3-0. Tony heads it clear. but it's intercepted in the middle of the park. Here's Philpott. Plays around him. Oh, Adam Lafondre. Or Lafondre? Lafondre? I think Lafondre. Probably sounds about right. Philpott tries to get closed down, manages to get himself some space just to get the cross in. And Fondre unmarked in the middle. It's poor defensive there. Bailey and David, not Davis, who's that? And Zay not picking up the man. Probably a bit guilty of ball watching there. Switched off and they're able to get a goal back. It's 2-1, so a bit of game on now, really. Make change it up a little bit here. Timothy's looking a little bit tired. So I'll bring on Callum Nicholson for Timothy. Anybody else looking a bit tired? But we've only got really one midfielder, and Tyrone is a little bit tired. So what I'll do is the good thing is Lallana can sort of play sort of on the right wing and as the right back. So bring Lallana on for Tyrone. Just make those two changes for now. Serena Hall is looking a little bit tired as well. A few players looking a bit tired. But here's Tyrone to Brook Myers just before the substitutions are happening. Gill, Ligger, and Bailey. Bailey whips it in. Brook Myers, oh, good save. Oh no, he just headed it wide. I thought he saved it there. Those changes now do take place. We have a corner going to be taken by Bailey. When we get a decent crossing, Bailey gets the crossing, but doesn't really beat the first man. Gets the ball back. Oh, now then, what's the referee doing here? Penalty. Didn't see it, but it said it was shoved. Brook Myers, 3-1. Brook Myers again. I think he's probably going to be our main man this season, Brook Myers. Get a good behind the player sort of look at this. Not much of going just sort of dinks it to the bottom left corner. As we're looking at it. The keeper's right, Brook Myers is left. Atherton just sort of flopped to the ground, didn't really know what to do with it. 2 goals and assist from Brook Myers. What we'll do is we'll just make a few more changes, so we'll try and keep some fresh legs on. Bring on Guivine. Bailey's a bit tired, so we'll bring on Eden Page. Okay. Well, we've only got Gwynny and left 2 we can bring on. Or the striker. So that'll be all the changes really that we do. Let Miritage run out. See the game out. I'd really like him to sort of start improving that rate and maybe start getting amongst the goals a little bit. Himself. I always tend to do that though. I always think that my striker's not scoring and then I'll sign it. Oh, there we go. Just as I was saying, I'd like to see him get amongst the goal. And there's a goal to make it 4. Brook Myers, lovely ball over the top to Tuntuawana, squares the ball across, and there's Miritage to put the ball in the back of the net. It's 4-1. It's an absolute dismantlement of FC United of Manchester. This hopefully should see us go back top of the table. Yeah, I'm always super hypercritical of my strikers. And I don't know why. If we don't score in a game, I'm like, oh, we're not scoring, we're not scoring. I'm like hypercritical of them, but I'll then look at their sort of sort of stats, and then rather thinking, oh, actually, I've done that. Big up, Hoover. Thanks very much for joining. Um, yeah, mate. It does look like we sort of dominating after the early season. I think the early season was kind of the players getting to know each other, and that, and now we're sort of getting used to playing with each other. But thanks very much for joining. Thanks very much for joining the chat crew. Very much appreciated. Um, and I'm glad you've just sort of had me on in the background as we walk away 4-1 winners in that match against FC United of Manchester. Yeah, definitely a good win for us. Guys all seem to be good sort of average ratings for all the players really. So, and as we move to our next match, I believe is the FA Cup match. So I really want to see us get going in the FA Cup. And yeah, building up a bit of a 4 point gap. I mean, Warrington Rylands, who did beat us, if they win their game in hand, that'll put them on 17 points, put them only 2 points behind us. But yeah, so far we're doing all right. Sort of moving up the table. So hopefully we can keep that form going and get up the table. If it does come down to sort of, it is looking like we're sort of gonna walk the league, or if it gets down to sort of mid March and that, what I might do is I might just play a few games off off stream to sort of move the save on as well, just sort of do some instant results. And absolutely turn dominance into victory. Classic Myers. Um, that's our assistant manager, Brian Burrows. We've set a 6 game unbeaten record. Everything's now going to be a new record for us because obviously there's no club history. It's a brand new club. I mean, if you look at the overview of the club, no affiliations or anything like that. If I look at, let's sort of see, um, how do I see it now? Club site, yeah. If we look at the club site, is that it? Where you can sort of club history, there it is. Absolutely no history, none whatsoever. No landmarks, no nothing. I wish I'd have changed that because I put Valhalla all in capitals, and I wish I'd have changed that. Uh, and it says we're waiting for a trophy cabinet, waiting to be filled. No history. Most season the points. Look, it's just literally everything that we're doing right now. Um, the results, every game, every sequence that we're doing, the players, the transfers. Um, I mean, the highest transfer fee that we paid was for Lennon Dobson, who's not actually even in our starting lineup, which is crazy, really. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's gonna be we are gonna sort of set records as we go, and sort of some of these players, will they become club legends? Will they become club icons? Will the fans really get an affinity with them? I hope so, and I think as sort of we move on, they will sort of get an affinity with the players that we've got. Like I say, we've got our FA Cup game against a Guiseley, Gainsborough Trinity in a couple of days tomorrow. In fact, play games very in quick succession. Um, so you see, we're starting to get this sort of build up as well now. Tony and Myers. Um, it could be, we could give maybe some of the squad players a run out as well. Maybe our other goalkeeper, maybe give him a shot in goal. He is fairly good. Um, where is it? Alex Walpole. He's a decent goalkeeper, decent handling, good communication, and I'm liking his up arrow starting to. And he's only 18. With what our scouts and or assistant manager coaches reckons is a good potential ability. Um, I mean, when you compare him to Tommy Davis, I mean Tommy Davis 19. I just think Tommy Davis is a better goalkeeper and he's really developing already. I mean, his up arrows are fantastic. His reflexes, his one-on-ones are all on the up. His handling's on the up. Command of the air is starting to rise. I mean, he's starting to look like a quality goalkeeper. And at 19, he he looks good. Question is, do we give some of these other players a sort of a run out in this cup match? But I do really want to sort of progress, so I don't want to change too much of him. So what I might do is I'll bring in Lennon Dobson. I want to give Dobson a run out. Ryan Wilson, I'll give him a run out instead of Oakes. Um, let's have a see. I want to bring Okiwoko in instead of Gill. We get 7 subs in this in the FA Cup, which is good. We get you're just looking for a team now. Yeah, the best thing to do, Spurside chat, what I did is was just sort of look at the lowest reputation. Cooper says, I'm still playing FM 2012. The game was much better in my opinion, less bloated with needless extras like media chat and a lot of it simplified with a streamlined UI. You can't even download it digitally. No, you can't. Um, Bordeaux were a good team to take. You need to get them back to the top after they were and made it amateur status because of their financial collapse. Yeah, Bordeaux is a good team to take on in the French leagues as well. Schalke in the German leagues as well. They're always a good team to sort of have a crack at to sort of bring back on as well. I've got a Schalke save going as well. I think that's just on my Xbox. I've got that going now. I don't think that's via PC. As well. I have got some nibbles on the go as well, guys. So excuse me while I have a little munch of a crisp. As we play in the FA Cup first qualifying round. Hopefully, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop a save, guys, just purely because um, sometimes when you start this lower league, it can. I know it has been updated, and I'm hoping the update fixed the bug. But sometimes when you play in the FA Cup preliminary round, it can cause the game to crash. Or first qualifying round, it can cause the game to crash. So hopefully we don't get that happen. So anybody else who's looking a bit tired, Bookmyers is a bit tired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Veritas Gouvier in. Serene Hall's a little bit tired, so we'll bring on a Coca for Serene Hall. I think that's all the changes I really want to do. I don't want to overcook with the changes and it become too much of a problem. Um, yeah, Paris FC good is a fun save too, trying to overtake Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, um, definitely is a bit of a fun one, that one. Um, as we just get ready for this FA Cup game. I've set myself off with these crisps now. Hopefully we can progress, like I say, and make it to at least the first or second round proper in the FA Cup. I'd love to be drawn away to like a Premier League team though. In If we do somehow make it to the third round, being drawn away to sort of a Premier League team, that would be quite cool. Um, I think it is away. Actually, is it away? I don't think this is. Oh no, it is. We are at home against Gainsborough Trinity. As we get underway. Let's say hopefully we can get through this first qualifying round okay. And that launches it clear, but only fires Simpson to Bevan to Johnson to Helliwell, Jordison, um, Buttroyd. Oh, good save. Zokiwowi picks the ball up and brings it out. But that's the end of the highlight. So nothing happening for us there. I hope I haven't disrupted the team too much. I haven't changed too many players. I think it's just we're been it clear. We're not playing it out like what we usually do. And here come Gainsborough Trinity again. Oh dear. Is that a penalty? I think that could be a penalty to Gainsborough. It is. Penalty to Gainsborough. Can Davis be good? We go 1-0 down. Still early though, still early. Still early days. Not panicking yet. Certainly not panicking yet. I mean, Davis went the right way, but just sort of put his arms up and flopped. Um, yeah, kind of being on top of us really a little bit in early stats wise. I mean, the possession is a bit better. But we're not having as much possession now either. So if Tyrone picks up a yellow card, and here they come again. Um, don't make it 2-0. That was a good save by Davis. Good save by Davis. Um, really is all Gainsborough Trinity, and that's 2-0 to Gainsborough Trinity. Oh no, offside. Oh, thank Christ for that. I just noticed he was offside. Saw the referee's arm go up and he was offside, but certainly not playing well at all. Let's demand a bit more from him. Oh, well, just gone to half time. Um, or do we make some changes? 'Cause we just not really making anything happen. What I might do is I want to move Gouvier over to the left, bring on Brookmyers. I know he's not 100% fit, but he is kind of our talisman. Um, and just sort of leave that like that for for now. Um, I think we're going to have to give him. Yeah, I think absolutely terrible out there. Hopefully, giving him a bit of the air dry treatment at half time. Hopefully, it sort of gets them going the second half. Um, excuse me. Because it's just not been happening for us. Maybe make some more changes after this highlight, see what happens with it. Brookmyers, can he find somebody? He can, he finds Peroni who whips it in. Headed, Miritage, 1-1. Never in doubt, never in doubt, guys, never in doubt. We're back. We're back in this match now. Absolutely. Let's have a see. Still might think I might make some changes here. Josh Bailey's absolutely exhausted. So I'll bring on Eden Page. Um, Charlie Nicholson. Callum Nicholson. I keep calling him Charlie for some reason. I want to know. I want to call him Charlie Nicholson all the time. I don't know why I want to call him Charlie Nicholson. Callum Nicholson. Um, is his name. I'm going to bring on. Is it Charlie Gribbin? Is that why I'm getting them mixed up? Callum Gribbin. Callum Gribbin. We've got Callums, and I keep calling them Charlies. I'm going to bring on Gribbin for Dobson, just to freshen up that midfield. Um, I'll just leave it like that for now. Oh, our goal was ruled out. I thought we'd equalised, and it hasn't. It's been ruled out. Oh my God. Now, is that one going to stand? That one's going to stand. Okay, we have equalised now. I think um, I think if you look it on sort it out Spurside chat, you can search for the French lower leagues to bring Bordeaux up. Um, I'm not sure on that database myself, not done that not done that save, but I know it is. There's so many databases out there on like on FM Scout and sort it out. That you can just sort of have a look. As the match finishes 1-1, that's a bit disappointing, really. Um, I thought we'd have done better. I mean, Fritas Gouvier 6.1. Brook Myers came on, sort of did okay. Gimmer played well, and Zay played well, but really disappointing, to be fair. So, absolutely disappointing. Just bear with me, guys. I am just looking for something. Um, here it is. One of my earphones is dying, so I'll just take that out so it can charge a little bit. Oh, we're not good enough. We should have won that match. Absolutely. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for them. I don't think we were unlucky. I just think we didn't play as well as what we could have done. Um, yeah, rescued a late draw. I think that's a fair assessment. Um, so we are going to go to a replay on the preliminary round of the FA Cup. Um, now is that is do we play that? Do we play that quickly? So look at our fixture schedule. When do we play that replay? Is it straight away? Yeah, we are literally playing it in 3 days' time. Okay, so right. What I might do then is give these players a day's rest from training. Not really like they deserve it, but because we play so close, the replay is very, very close. Well, we've been drawn in the second qualifying round. Flied. What division do Flied play in? So they're in the league above us, Enterprise North. Um, it won't report the team report, but your board will not allow you to compile a report on this team as they feel it would be too expensive. Okay, so we're going to be going into that game completely blind. Um, so there you go, Spurs that chat. Cougar answered you as well. Thanks very much for that, Cougar. I use sort it out databases as well. Free to register, free to download them. Same with FM Scout. Oh, what was this? Oh, Liam Bennett's agreed to become our under 18s coach. I do have that set to like I think my director of football or my technical director or my owner um is in charge of those. I haven't completely taken charge of every little aspect of this. I just wanted to sort of concentrate on the first team really to begin with. Um, Right. Let's have a look at. Oh dear. Even with a day's rest, some of these players are not exactly fully fit. Okay. Put Myers can go on for Veritas. Who were we playing on the left? Serene Hall, that was it. So bring Serene Hall over. Is it Serene or Sincere? Sincere. Sincere Hall. I think this kid could be good as well, by the way. Um, Nakuja. I think he's got some skills about him as well. I think he could develop um, into a decent player. Currently injured at the moment, so he's not really available. Len Dobson's out. He's absolutely knackered. Um, so let's see. Liggett and Oaks want it. Liggett and Oaks. So I'm going to go full strength with this. And then Liggett for Dobson. I'm thinking about put Tony Haig on the bench as well. Instead of Callum Nicholson. And we say Tony Oaks for Wilson. Sort of full strength. In fact, what I might do actually is I'm going to give Tony Haig an actual start. Leave Liggett on the bench. Tironi is tired as well. So do we bring Tuntualana in as right back, or do we? We can't bring Trapsopper in because he's absolutely exhausted from playing under 21 football. So I think we what I might do actually is give Tironi the first half and then maybe bring Tuntualana on for the second half. I think we'll go with that. I think we'll go with that. Just reminded about some player targets and promises that. Oh yeah, play him in his preferred position as a winger, rolling at least half the available fixtures during the promise period. It says I'm failing it, but he is playing as a winger when he plays. So if he doesn't like it, well, unfortunately, that's on him, not on me. Um, beautiful day in Yorkshire, by the way, guys. Absolutely beautiful. It's been not too hot, not too cold. Had the doggy wogs out for a walk this morning, um, which was nice. Nice to get the dogs out. Um, so we are away this time. Hopefully, hopefully a bit of a better performance this match. Um, sort of brought more of the first teamers back. What I am going to do, guys, is just while this match is playing out, I'm going to quickly nip to the toilet just while the first half's playing. So enjoy the first half. I'll be right back very quickly. So just bear with me. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Uh, oh, 2-0. Oh, we're doing a lot better this half. Hockey Warrior assist for Meritage and Sincere Hall to Tony Haig, who's getting, I think, his debut for us. So, yeah, seem to be dominating a a lot more this half. Now, our parcel has just arrived. It is my wedding anniversary tomorrow, so this is my wife's wedding anniversary gift. I was expecting it, but let's have a quick look at this. Not this. I'm not looking at it. Have a look at what it's in it. What is my wife's anniversary presents here? That's good. I'm glad. Just a few little gifts. Don't want to go crazy with it too much, but if anybody is interested in what I've got her, I will tell you. Um, Half time. Okay, here we go. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe she's watching. She might be watching. Shouldn't shouldn't tell you. She might be watching. As we get the second half underway. So I tried to give some of the squad players a bit of rotation, and we didn't do too well. Get the first team back out, and we're pretty much taking them to pieces. Myers to Haig. Hall. Timothy. Okay, where we at? Good effort. Anybody think this was our home game? To be fair, I mean, how we're playing. I mean, we were at home and we just seemed to not really play. Um, that's a really odd goalkeeping kit. Matches the entire their goalkeeper kit matches their outfield kit. It's a bit of a strange one, that one. Oh, okay, where were you? Oh, that was an absolutely suicide ball from Nze. What he was thinking there played Tony Oates into all kinds of trouble. Davis not able to do anything about that one. Sort of stuck an arm out and didn't really do anything. So it's not all sewn up yet. This game's become on the attack again. Headed clear by Bailey. But Myers chasing this ball down. So gets hold of it. Cuts inside. Lays it back to Tyrone, who lays it to Haig to give him a fair. It's the post. Oh, serene Hall, sincere Hall. Couldn't. As the ball comes back off the crossbar, he couldn't just push it into the net. Um, so you see Bailey and Tyrone and Okiwo is looking a little bit tired. So after this, we might make some changes. Myers, Sincere Hall, Hall. Oh, that was a. Thought that was going top bins, but it didn't. What was there? So let's see. I don't want to run these players right into the ground. That's the thing. So bring Griffin on for Okiwo. And yeah, Griffin on for Okiwo. Who else is tired? Bailey, we said, didn't we? So Eden Page for Josh Bailey. Um, Tyrone is pretty tired. Have we got, yeah, bring on Luana. Timothy is a bit tired as well, so we'll bring on Liggett. Let's go with those few for now. Here comes Games for Trinity again. Big save, Tony Davis. Just keep giving them little sniffs, and it's making me a bit nervous, as it is only 2-1. Um, so we get down to the 88th minute, and here come Games for Trinity again. Here's Tuntullana though. Plays it back to Davis. Davis clears it forward. Brookmyers can't really get anything on it. Trinity come again. Here's, they hit the post. danger signs are there as they keep pushing on us. 3 minutes of stoppage time, and that's it. We do progress. Tricky result. Gainsborough Trinity really gave us a game there. Um, well, across both ties, really. I mean, the home tie, I thought we won comfortably. We snatched the draw. We go 2-0 up, and we just didn't kill the game off. Sort of allowed them to come back into it a little bit. We didn't play as well, but I think it was a good win. We didn't. I think we could have killed that game off a little bit more. Um, oh yeah, Caesar Tuntuana actually came from Gainsborough Trinity, and it was Tony Haig's debut as well. So we do play Flied in the second qualifying round from the Enterprise National League North. I think I think that's the last qualifying round. I think after that, let me have a look. Oh no, we do have quite a few qualifying rounds to go. So we've got the third qualifying round, fourth qualifying round, and then the first round proper. So I mean, we've got a few games to go in that before we get to the first round proper. Next game is away against Prescott Cables. Um, assistant manager's happy. Think there's anything that we really need to worry too much about as we when is that game? I didn't actually see the date of that game. So the second qualifying round is on the 13th of September, so just over 2 weeks away. We've got a lot of games in between. They do sandwich these games in and out in this league, don't they? Do sandwich them in there. Thank you very much for all the likes, guys. Thank you again for joining me on this Yorkshire Warriors adventure. Um, if anybody's curious as well, by the way, this is Mr. Mr. Tinny Skin that I'm currently using. Um, it is just standard skin. I haven't modded it or changed it or anything like that, but it is for Mr. Tinny Skin that I am using. Um, not many skins been made for FM26, but I've sort of thought, sort of improves the UI interface with it. I do like the Mr. Tin skin now. I just think it looks a little bit cleaner than the standard skin. So yeah, Prescott Cables away. Where are Prescott Cables now? Prescott Cables are down in the relegation zone at the moment. Warrington Town are down there, and Warrington Rylands must have drawn their last game. Because they're still 4 points behind us and said they could have gone to 2 points, so must have drawn their last game. Um, so got offered a contract on no money. Yeah, yeah, that is how it starts. A no contract, no money contracts in the lower leagues. Spurs side chat. It does start out where you've got very little money. Um, so yeah, be prepared for the grind, my friend. Be prepared for the grind. That's fine. I was just making sure that none of the other players who I didn't want to play in the under 21s were selected. Our scout has got 12 suggestions, was it? With recruitment focuses. I don't think we need anybody really. No. See, it's like you look at him and you think, well, he's just not good enough. But my scout report says he would be an excellent signing. I don't think Hayden Pickford. Again, I just don't think he improves us very much. I'm seeing Philpott. We just played against him. He's not too bad. I'm happy with the team I've got. Need to stop looking in the transfer. Um, wow, Villa being shafted 4-0. Who were Villa playing, Boris? Thanks very much for joining, my friend. Thanks very much for joining us along. Who were Villa losing to? I can't remember who Villa have got. Um, and City, is it City Everton? Brighton. Wow. Wow. Is Vuskovic playing? I'd love to know how he gets on. I think we were stupid for letting him go. Um, personally. Let's get on with this match. City's playing Bournemouth. All right, thanks very much, Boris. I'll be honest with you, I completely forgot about today's football um, being played. So thanks very much for updating everybody in the chat. And thanks very much for joining us again. Yeah, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of the Yorkshire Warriors. Say thank you very much, bud. Um, but yeah, I look talking about the game from yesterday. If we can touch base on it. I mean, I've got my opinion. I did see it. I know I didn't. I think De Zerbi set us up wrong. I think he set us up wrong when when I saw the formation. I was like, okay, is he trying to solidify the midfield? But I just think he set us up wrong. I think Conor Gallagher was ineffective at linking up um, the sort of midfield to attack. Matisse Tell was probably the only player that looked like he was trying. Um, the we were sat way too deep, and we were sat way too. We gave Brentford way too much respect and allowed them to dictate the game. I think it was. I think it was just. It was a very poor performance, but start. I think, but very much like what's happened in our save at the start of the game. Of this is these players are going to need time to gel together. I know. I agree, Boris. When we don't have his best players available, yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you think about it, we have um, we had really only. I mean, look, Mikey Moore. I like Mikey Moore. I rate Mikey Moore. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player. Do I think he's Premier League ready? No, I do not think he's Premier League ready. And I think yesterday showed that he's not Premier League ready. I think maybe bit parts coming on when we're in control of games that will take the pressure off him. I think De Zerbi made the mistake of I love Archie Gray, but I think he looked out of his depth captaining us in a Premier League match. I think captaining us in friendlies is there's not really much pressure on, um, and I think it sort of put too much pressure um, on such young shoulders. I think that there was probably better options for captain. I think he could have given it to Robertson. Um, I think he could have given it to Tonali before laying it on Archie Gray's young shoulders. Um, I think that we sat off, like I said, I think we sat off too much. Um, Van Heck and Sensi didn't seem to understand what each other were doing. Robertson looked okay. I think Bergval looked shaky. Um, playing next to Tonali. And yeah, I just think there were a few tactical errors from De Zerbi. Yeah, I'm shocked that we didn't go for that Sangari as well, to be honest. But De Zerbi has identified his targets, and that's who we're going for. Um, I think once Mamouche and Savino have been confirmed, I think that changes the dynamic a little bit more. Because obviously Savino can play on the right or the left. I think having a striker who actually knows where the back of the net is. I mean, Richarlison was extremely poor, in my opinion. Um, yeah, he did. He ran that Brentford midfield and say it was his Premier League debut as well. Um, he really did, Boris, 100%. Um, let's just get this match started, guys. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. Yeah, I think he did run the midfield of the park. He was lively. He looked active. His off the ball play as well as his on the ball play was really really good. Um, so yeah, I was a little bit disappointed in that starting game, but I think, like I say, I think well, I'm not blaming it all on the players, and I'm not blaming it all on De Zerbi. And I think up until probably sort of mid-September to late September. I think we should expect results like that as the the remaining of these transfers come in and the players get used to playing with each other and we start to get back more of our first team players. Like I say, we were missing Van de Ven, we were missing Porro. I think Fernandez should have started. I think Fernandez um, looked like he could do something different. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Boris. I agree, and I think it. Like I say, I think we should expect results like that. I don't think we're going to be. Like I say, first game of the season, it can anything can happen. Like Man United getting absolutely turned over by as Miritaj scores there, 1-0. Man United getting turned over, Villa getting turned over, Man City losing, like say, Boris. I just think there's going to be as well. I know De Zerbi came in at the end of last season, so he's not like a brand new manager. But let's be honest, it really is because it's now building a squad that's in his vision. Um, so we're going to get results like Man City, new manager. Yeah, he might be. He had a cracking game. He did have a cracking game. Um, Not going to deny that. Um, but we'll just see what goes what happens as the season draws on, and if he can continue that. I mean, if he can continue that sort of high level, um, and Hull don't survive for whatever reason, um, then um, I think another club will look at taking him off the Hull. Um, but I think all credit to Hull. I think they did well. Ipswich did well back in their first game back into Premier League. I think they did well. Um, so if he continues that level, sack Hopkinski and go for him. Yeah, I mean you could say that. But I think De Zerbi likes Kinski, and I think Kinski is going to be the goalkeeper that De Zerbi is going to be able to try and mould. They've equalised. James Foley with an equaliser. Um, but yeah, um, I don't know if I can blame Kinski for any of the goals really. Um, I just think Brentford outplayed us, and I just think we weren't at the races for first game of season for whatever reason. We weren't there. Okay, where we are. Oh, you think the Spurs side chat? You think he was at fault for two out of the three? I think that could be offside. Leon Muritaj with the second. No, it's been given. It looked like he was offside to me. Oh no, he was on. Just looking at the replay now, and he's definitely on. Lovely ball in by Taroni. Whips it in. Muritaj, no one near him. No one marking him either. Just comes through and powers the header in. I mean, hopefully it doesn't knock his confidence too much. Kinski's confidence, and we don't. Yes, I guess yeah, I understand what you mean now. Yeah, he did. He did. He kind of played Bergwell into trouble. Um, and yeah, 3-1 as it is now. Miritaj again. Miritaj, is that Miritaj's hat trick? It is Miritaj's hat trick. Give him a praise. Um, I think De Zerbi likes him, Boris. I think De Zerbi likes him, and I think he sees the potential in Bergvall. What I would do with Bergvall is potentially play him further up. I don't think he's a sort of a defensive-minded midfielder. I think he's more of an advanced playmaker type midfielder. I think he probably would have been a lot better in the Gallagher position than what Gallagher was. That's my opinion on the matter and how he is as a player. I think not. I'm not saying play him as like on the front. If you say play him as a front three, like as a Xavi Simmons type of role. But I think giving him the ability to be more of the advanced playmaker, not forcing him to sit deeper, um, or asking him to sit deeper. I don't think that's in his. It's not in his wheelhouse. I think it's more of his skill set. He's better suited to be a bit further up the pitch, to be a bit more progressive with the ball. Um, Half time, 3-1 up. Murita's hat-trick. Um, Very happy with things are going. Keep it up. Got the second half underway. Um, but yeah, 55 million. Do you sell him for 55 million? And if he develop, it's like the Vuskovic deal. Like is, I don't think. Um, it's like the Vuskovic deal. Is like we've sold him for 50 million. Yes, getting 50 million in now is good. It enables us to keep spending. Um, But is it going to be something that we regret? And I think if we sell Bergvall for 55 million and he goes on to develop, but you've got to think he's only young. He's only young. He's only 21. Um, but I think the reason teams like us sitting below all look shit is because it's a World Cup year and majority of players have been on each other's field, no matter how little still affects it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Kuba, you say, I thought Bergvall would be a good player when I first saw him, but if anything, he's got worse. I don't think he can cope with the pace of the game so easily robbed of the ball. Yeah, but I think again. I think that's because he's been forced to play deeper. Like I say, that's my opinion. I think it's because he's been forced to play deeper, rather than be given that freedom. Because when he's given that freedom, he seems to play better. Um, when you look at the likes of last season, and look, I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that we had a, our season and our midfield was good last season, but in some of the games, um, when we were playing, when he was sat stuck in front of players that were able to sit behind him, he looked better. He looked better than what he does when he's been asked to sit deeper. That's my opinion on that one. Just making a couple of changes, guys. I'm gonna bring on Gouvier, and I'm gonna bring on Lana. Josh Bailey's looking a bit tired, so I'll bring on Eden Page. And hmm, only really Jimmy Faith, but I've only got a striker. Um, I'll bring off Miritage. Just keep his. But nah, let him play. Let him play. We'll let him play out. Um, But yeah, I just think it's going to take time for his team to gel now. I think that's the difference. I think it's going to take. I think that's where we'll think. It's just a case of getting the team gelling. Um, yeah, and as long as I agree. As long as none of City's front line get injured, he will be ours. I think probably we'll see that deal completed by Tuesday, Wednesday. Boris, from what I'm hearing, the financials are agreed, the contracts are agreed. It's just literally a case of we're waiting for Man City just to pretty much do what we did with the Savinio deal, and drag the feet and dig the heels in a little bit. But I think they actually um, want rid of Mamouche. I think they've got bigger fish to fry, and they're going to need the money to um, to bring the players in that they're interested in. Um, 3-1 winners, guys. Leon Miritage hat trick, his first hat trick for the club, first player to score a hat trick. So yeah, keep on marching on. The Isuzu FA Trophy first qualifying round's just been played. Um, 3-1 winners over. Stockton Town is our next fixture. So let's see. I mean, we've like I say, we've been on quite an impressive unbeaten run. Um, yeah. But I think they realise. I think Spurs actually, from what my guy who works down there told me, is that Spurs actually went to Man City and said, "No, we're not waiting any longer. You either sell him us or we done." And I think they realised that we were serious on that one. But yeah, guys, we've been on quite an impressive run. I mean, two, three, four, five, 6 games on the spin um, in the league. Well, actually, 7 games in the league without a loss. I know we drew against Gainsborough Trinity in the first qualifying round, but yeah, we're undefeated in 2, 4, 6, 8, undefeated in 9. We've got a bit of good run of rich fame of form running here. But yeah, I do think they purposely dragged dragged their feet with the Savinio deal. And look, I'm not accusing Manchester City um, of doing it intentionally, but I'm accusing Manchester City of doing it intentionally to disrupt his pre-season and to disrupt the ability of him gelling into the team quickly. Because Savinio wasn't at the World Cup, he could have had a full pre-season with us. If when this deal has been agreed for weeks, and they could have quite easily released him to us much sooner. But I think they did it, and then they kept changing the goalposts on the deal. So I genuinely think they did it intentionally. I think Man City it is really the sort of thing Man City would do. I am curious though with you guys in the chat of where do you actually think realistically we should be aiming for finishing? If we get Mamouche and obviously the Spino deal has been agreed. If we get Mamouche, where do you realistically you guys think that Tottenham will finish? Um, because I know where I think we'll finish, and it probably won't be a very popular sort of response. But Spurs side chat, you say, "Hey, Boris, you're saying sick." Yeah, that's pretty much where I think we'll be. Somewhere between eighth and sixth. Yeah, sixth is probably where I would love us to get Champions League football. Don't get me wrong. Um, I just think that when it depends on injuries, players returning, how quick we can get this team gelled together, and see where we're going with it, and see what happens. Because what I don't want to see happen is that we completely lose any kind of confidence with regards to results early on. And um, I do think it's going to be a rough couple of games. Um, yeah, I think Liverpool might struggle this season. I've got to say, I think they'll struggle. Um, I think there's going to be a few teams this season. I think it's going to be one of them seasons where early parts of the season, because like I say, Carrick is new in at Manchester United. I know he came in as interim at the end of last season for them, but he as the permanent boss, it's a new manager. Maresca at Man City is a new manager. Um, Chelsea, new manager. Um, us, technically not a new manager because, like I say, De Zerbi did come in at the end of last season, but first full season in charge. Um, so I think there's going to be some strange results for first part of season. Kuba, you're saying we should be aiming at first always, but I think we'll be 10th to 12th. Hard to gel so many new players together and raise the morale of so many poor performances who will need months, in my opinion. Perfectly sensible opinion, Kuva. Perfectly sensible opinion. Um, I don't think any of you guys have been crazy with your opinions, and it's very much it's sensible. I think it's sensible thinking that we've all got really on where I think where we actually think that we'll finish up. So yeah, it should be it should be good. This is starting to look really nice now. Look at these lines gelling between these players. We can sort of get these midfielders sort of gel together. I mean, that'll be full team cohesion. Um, Stockton Town away next, guys. The question is do I take Gwinian out and maybe bring Gill in because he can play as a number 10 and he can play as a striker. We have got Gill on loan, Charlie Gill, and I think he's quite good. We've got him on loan from Notts County. Um, I think that might be a shout, you know. I'm going to drop Gwinian down and put Charlie Gill on because he can cover that and it gives us then the option to sort of spread out the other players on the bench. So that's the thing when you're in these lower leagues. Because you only get five substitutions. It's like there's no room for a sub goalkeeper. So I've got like players who can play multiple positions, like Liggett, he can play DM, he can play central midfielder. I've now brought Gill who can play the the attacking midfielder striker role. I've got Gouvier who can play across that front three. Um, in fact, I'm going to put Wilson on there. The only sort of player who is sort of like a one-trick pony, so to speak, is Eden Page, really. But that's simply because I don't have the only other wing back left side that I have is Scott, and I just don't think he's up to the same standard. Um, Yeah, Van de Ven as the captain for this season. Um, so yeah, I when he's not there, who does then step up to become that natural leader? And like I say, Van Hecke and Sensi never played together in a competitive match. Yes, they played. Well, no, because Sensi didn't really have a pre-season with us because he was off at the World Cup. Van Hecke was at the World Cup. Um, so you then start thinking to yourself, thinking, well, these players have never played together. Um, and you look at back line of Robertson, Van Heck, Sensi, and Archie Gray, never played together. So you then, and then you've got on top of that, you've got a young Archie Gray as your captain. So it then becomes one of those of like trying to trying to sort of learn how each other play and how each other make the moves and when can they step up, to not step up. Um, and like I said, I just think we were sat very deep against Brentford. Still sat very deep. Um, I think Villa will fall off. I think they've been raided quite hard, Boris, as well. Um, to be honest, I think they have been raided quite hard, and um, it will. I think they're going to have a tricky season. To be honest, I don't think it's going to be an easy an easy season for Villa at all. Um, let's see what we can do here then, as we are away to Stockton Town. Someone to pick up where we left off. Um, First team starting to become pretty established now as the rain comes down in Stockton. I do like it when you guys interact as well. It does certainly help me fill the void of just not rambling along and feel like I'm talking to myself. Um, I would be curious to know what the scores would be right now. Let's see if I can have a quick look at what the scores are right now. Um, so yeah, Brighton still 4-0 up. Bournemouth still beating Man City 1-0. Um, I mean, West Brom beating relegated Burnley 3-1 as well. I mean, that's a good result for West Brom. Something from a team that's just come down out of the Premiership. But yeah, yeah, Vuskovic is playing. Vuskovic is playing. Oh, we did score. I missed that one. Um, who scored it? Tironi. Bailey to Tironi. The two wing backs combining. Half time, 1-0 up. Um, yeah. Uh, Probably going to run for another half an hour, guys, to be fair. I know we had that hiccup earlier on in the stream, um, where my internet went down, but I probably will run for just probably about 30 minutes more. Um, Hopefully sort of get another stream done midweek, maybe pick it up for a couple of hours midweek, maybe Wednesday. Um, Although I'm not sure when we play our Carabao Cup game if it's midweek or not. I will have a look at that actually. Um, let's have a see. Yay. Yes, we do play the League Cup against Charlton on Wednesday, so I may look to do a stream for a couple of hours on Thursday. I did think it was. So yeah, I may pick up a stream on Thursday. Um, oh, lovely goal by Sincere Hall. Lovely goal. Picked the ball up, played it out to Tironi. Tironi couldn't get the crossing, so he played Sincere Hall. Touch, turns past his man and whips it to that far post. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely goal, hit with some power as well. There's Tironi. Oaks. In there. Haig. Hall. Warrior. Back to Hall. Bailey. Hall again. Oh, Leon Miritaj with a little flick at the back post. Absolutely beautiful football from us. Absolutely delightful football. I mean, look at this football. Intricate passing in the penalty area. Little touch, frees the space, and just he just dips down and flicks it in. It's a delightful little header. Absolutely delightful little header. Um, I think we'll just make a couple of changes. Well, like I say, don't want to wear anybody out too much. Long season. Um, Bring Gouvier on. Um, Tony's not too bad right now, but we'll let him have a rest. Bring Eden Page on. The wing back's sort of quite important for us. I'll bring on Wilson for Oaks, and that's four changes so far. And then we'll see if either Muritage or Okiwoye wanna we change it. We'll just give them a bit of praise. That's been on Gale for Okiwoye. Wasted ball by Eden Page here. Oh my days, and he just let his man walk right by him. Absolutely shocking defending from Eden Page. And that is full time, guys. 3-0. Another good win. Clean sheet again. Um, we are really are sort of really are sort of stomping our authority on this league right now. Still a 4 point gap. Warrington Town, they win. That'll be a 4 point gap. Um, the only team, yeah, because Cleethorpes Town can't really catch us. Um, yeah. When do we play our next cup game? Is it? It's got to be soon, surely. Oh, it's our next game against Clyde. Um, on the 13th, so 3 days time. So what? Actually, I didn't mean to click continue. So now it's gone down to 2 days. Give some of these players a little bit of rest. Um, certainly the starting 11. Let them have a day's rest. Oh, we haven't now been given a, a breakdown of FC Flight after the board said that they weren't going to do it. Um, so we're not very good at 6 of 13 assists conceded in the last watch match come from short passes. So having Mumble playing against 4-3-3 DM wide, conceding an average 3 clear cut chances per 90 minutes. They play 4-2-3-1. DM wide hasn't been very effective, conceding an average 3 clear cut chances per 90 minutes. 5 of 13 spotting matches have come from just outside the area. Squatting type with jumping, work rate. Some players don't seem to want to work hard. Higgs' work ethic might help. Okay. Hopefully then we'll be able to exploit some of these flaws. You play simple 4-4-2. Sometimes a simple 4-4-2 is ideal though, Spurside chat. Um I mean I have a another tactic I have. Um and I was gonna use it here, but I don't think the players have the capability of playing it. Show you it just dead quick. It is this created this tactic. It's like I call it a 3-2-1-3-1. Three centre backs, two overlapping centre backs, but really push forward. Central midfielder who sort of holds that central midfield spot, attacking midfielder with a target forward, winger and inside forward, two wing backs bombing up and back. Um, and if I were to show you my Spurs save where I use that one, um, it's the actual tactic is phenomenal. That's why it is named the 3-2-1-3-1. 3-1 dominator because I just seem to be dominating the league. In fact, before I go, I will load it up. I will show you very quickly. We're all Spurs fans. I know you might be interested, so I will show you it. How that is. Um, Looking like most of the players are going to be fully fit. As we're just about to our second qualifying match for the FA Cup. I think this one's going to be a bit trickier. Like I say, AFC Clyde are in the Enterprise National League, is it? Clyde? Or was it the Enterprise National North? Enterprise National North are in. So they are in the division above us. How have Clyde been getting on? Let's see, sort of had a mixed sort of bag their season. Where do we currently sit in their table? Currently sat seventh in their table. Won four, drawn two, lost two, scored 11, conceded nine. So I mean, they're not having a haven't had a bad start to the season, but they haven't exactly lit it up yet. So hopefully we can cause a little bit of an upset. I think as well, Spurs Side Chat, if you get the right instructions on your players as well. Um, I have found like certainly in FM 24, if you had any kind of um, attacking in your instructions, um, you were pretty much going to be dominant. And in this iteration, FM 26, I found the balanced mentality seems to be better at attacking than the attacking mentalities. So I that's just what I found. Um, this in this game. Um, Maybe it's because I haven't used it. Oh, he hasn't even brought him on. Um, Bringing him on, and he's bringing on all their other attackers. Wow. Um, yeah, I absolutely. Um, I think, like I say, for a lower league team, absolutely. Keep it simple. I like the 4-2-3-1. It enables me to sort of. But it's like you look at my in possession. You look at the combined 4-2-3-1, and it sits like that. The in possession, they're sat higher. The out of possession, they're sat a lot deeper. And I think it just gives it that sort of overall balance, really, which is why I've got it of a balanced mentality. Um, 1-1 City now. Who scored, Boris? Was it Haaland? I bet it was Haaland, wasn't it? He always scores, that man. He just has this knack of turning up and scoring. Um, I can't be long left. Surely there can't be long left in that. Well, got to be in stoppage time. 5 minutes. I really, really, really hope for Bournemouth's sake that it was Gearhey, assisted by Cherky. I think I took Gearhey out of my fantasy football. I don't think I think I had him in my fantasy Premier League, and when I took him out, that was just so typical of me. That um, and I've actually been quite crafty because when this weekend's fixtures come to an end, um, like Savinio, I've got three Manchester City players and two Spurs players already in my starting 11 in my team. But hopefully, before the Savinio Marmoush transfers go through, because obviously they'll go through separately. When Savinio becomes a Spurs player, I'm then going to like juggle my team around to put Marmoush in. So Mamouche can be then Man City player, and then when he transfers to Tottenham, technically I'll have four Tottenham players in my team, and you can only should only be able to have three. But that's just what I'm planning on doing anyway. Um, you're going to take Kinski out and put that City keeper in. For in yeah. Do you know what, Boris? It's a shout. It's a shout. I'm thinking about it myself because I know I need to raise a little bit of funds for me to do my master plan. So it might be a shout, might be a shout. I might do that myself actually. I know I'm probably going to drop points for um, for the overusing of transfers, but I don't care. I did it last season, and I still ended up winning. But thingy, so yeah, I just think sometimes it's better to take a hit early on in your points than later on in the season. As we're underway in our second qualifying round of the FA Cup, guys, hopefully we can play better than what we did in our first qualifying round, where it took us to a replay to get the job done. Um, so yeah, um, I do think some of these players are capable of playing at the league above us. Omerod breaks his line, but that's wide and into the side netting. Um, that is a big signing, that. Um, you're probably on more points than me, Spurs side chat. Um, I don't actually know. Let me have a look. Let's have a look at what pointage I'm on. You're on 29 points. I'm on 24. So, yeah, but it's early days. I mean, Leo's had a great start to the season. Um, 58 points for Leo. I did take out Mark Gurley. Um, and I forgot to do my subs as well because I left Porro in and not Sensi playing because I knew Sensi was going to start. Um, made a couple of mistakes in this early. I always do it though. I always sort of do. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, you are joking. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a good deal for them. It really is a good deal. And for God's sake, Guardiola, Turkey assist again. Unbelievable. You know what, right? I really feel for Bournemouth here because we've probably played really well to keep it like that, and then it's just Man City all over, isn't it? Just Man City all over. Um, it's half time. Sorry about that. Happy with the performance. Keep it up, guys. And let's see, 3-1 up. Yorkshire Warriors first half. We're looking at uh, the fantasy football team side of things. So let's make a couple of changes. Um, Wilson on for Gimmick. Bring Gill on for Muritas. Muritas has been a bit of a quiet game and not playing very well. But Veritas, who else is pretty tired? Tyrone, still doing 2-1. Just going to make all 5 changes. In fact, no, just leave it with those 4 for now. Get some fresh legs on the park. 49 boys, nice. Doing well. Doing well. It's early days yet, though. I don't. Oh, Slide have just equalised. What's your team called, Boris? Just looking, just looking in the league. Oh. Straight clear. Oh, well, we could be crashing out of the. Right, you're in your own. Okay, and you're not in either. You should join. You should join the league. Well, I think the hope of having an FA Cup run could be over, everyone. Um, Unless we can somehow pull a equaliser out. Maybe shouldn't have made so many changes. He's Bailey. Come on. Unbelievable. Again, we done really well with possession and the number of shots, but just did not happen for us. So we do pick up our first loss in the FA Cup. Um, didn't quite make the first round proper. We didn't even make the third qualifying round, but it is what it is. A bit disappointed. Just going to tell them. Far from pleased with that result. And I think um, that is where we'll leave it for today, guys. Hate to leave it on a downer, um, really. Um, I will just drop a save in. But thank you very much for Demo. Thanks so much for jumping in, mate. Drop a like on stream if you aren't already, please, dude. Um, yeah, so I hate to leave it on a downer, but obviously it is what it is. And I did promise you I would show you very quickly my Spurs team and the formation that we play. There you go, 38 days, 20 hours, 29 minutes. Um, has been a while since I've had any human contact, so the game says. Just wait for it to load up, and I'll show you some of the results um, just very quickly. We fixed schedule. So yeah, as you can see, guys, been pretty dominant with my Spurs team. I don't like losing. In fact, the only game I think I've lost all season, and bearing in mind we're now in April, um, I think it was to, it pains me to say it, but I think it was to Arsenal. Um, oh, it was Chelsea. It was to Chelsea, 3-2 to Chelsea. Drawn five, drawing with Arsenal twice, drawing with Man City, drawing with Chelsea, and drawing with Leeds. And Leeds are really struggling. But how I usually have the team set up is is like this. Um, Bergvall playing as CM, Busquets, Scalvini, Van de Ven, Lewis Hall, Pedro Porro, Kulusevski, Simmons, Barcola, and my number one striker is Samu Agihawu, um, and then Restes in goal. If you just to show you how the team's certainly been doing. 28 goals in 30 appearances for Agihoa, 21 goals for Barcola from 40, 17 goals, 15 appearances or 15 starts, 29 off the bench from Matisse Tell. Harry Kane doing the business, 27 starts, 17. It's just like you look at that sort of ability of like even Lucas Bergvall, 11 goals, 11 assists. Got Pedro Porro with 16 assists, Lewis Hall with 13 assists, and I believe down here, yeah, Nico Riley is. I think I had to sign English players. I had too many foreigners. Harry Kane is. Oh yeah, under a transfer bid. I'm trying to sign Erling Haaland with a part exchange with Harry Kane. I don't think it'll work, but yeah, it's just a bit of fun. But yeah, anyway, guys. So thank you very much for joining me today. Managed to get a bit of season done. Shame that we couldn't progress in the FA Cup further, but Um, I will be back on Thursday with a bit more gaming, and hopefully we can get a bit more moving and see how we do. We have got the FA Trophy. Maybe we can go far in that. But so far, league form's looking okay. Just a bit disappointed with that cup game. Maybe that was on the manager. Um, Made too many changes all at once. Disrupted the team. But thank you for joining me. Very much appreciated. I will have a great Sunday afternoon, evening, and we will see you on the next time. And um, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.